How's it going, everyone? My name is Chris, and welcome back to the F1 24 VCARB career for today's Las Vegas Grand Prix, the third and final race of the season. And we're itching ever so closer to the end of season one. And I've been doing this for back-to-back days with the previous episodes in Mexico and last time out in Brazil. And gonna keep it up with Vegas today, and hopefully we'll have Qatar out the following day, or the next day, and then the day after that we'll have Abu Dhabi, the finale. Here's to hope and prayers that we have that. But yeah, so going to Vegas today, but let's check out the last race, which was in Brazil. It was the second to last sprint race weekend of the season, and in the sprint we made our way through the field from I think it was 7th on the grid all the way up to the front, and we ended up fighting Max Verstappen for the last bit of the race. And it was a pretty hard racing, really good racing between us two. And in the end, Max Verstappen came out on top, winning the sprint and having huge momentum going into the main race. And then going into the main race, we didn't start too well, but we were making our way up through the field. And we ended up making a daring 3-wide move on Alonso, Perez, and Piastri. And that, in my opinion, was the single greatest move I have ever made since F1 23 in Vegas, nonetheless. But then we tried waiting out the rain. We didn't pit for the longest time. Finally, the rain hit. However, our tires were getting worse and worse, and I just couldn't hang on, especially because I don't really have that much trust in myself now, at least, to deal with worn out tires for that long just yet. So we came in, put on the softs, the team messed up, we came back out, we're making up positions, and then we all came back in for another stop, which put us on the intermediates, and our team for the second time messed that up as well. Don't really know how they can mess that up twice in a row, but they managed that in the race. And then we kind of just were able to crawl our way back up into P5 after making a last lap move on Perez to grab P5. Whilst our championship rival Max Verstappen went on to win the race and extend his lead even further atop the championship. And we came on with that P5, which is pretty good. But coming out of Brazil, Max Verstappen, like I said, still leads atop the championship now by 38 points ahead of, 32 points ahead of us in P2. Then you have Charles Leclerc in third, who's still mathematically in it. Lando Norris in fourth, and from Norris all the way down, they are out. They are mathematically out. But it is Lando in fourth, Alonso in fifth, Sainz in sixth, Russell in seventh, Hamilton eighth, Piastri in ninth, and Perez in 10th. Then you have Stroll in 11th, Albon 12th, Ricciardo in 13th. He got points all on his own in Brazil. I didn't have to help him. He got it all on his own. So he got 2 points. So he's got closer to Albon in 13th. And then you got Ocon 14th, Gasly 15th, Bottas in 16th, and then Kevin Magnussen in 17th. And then it's Hulkenberg 18th, Zhou Guanyu 19th, and Logan Sargent in 20th. The bottom three still with a big fat goose egg and no points scored thus far this season. And we only have 3 races left, 1 more sprint. Anything can happen, but you never know half the time. And then over on the constructor side, Red Bull extend their lead ahead of Ferrari in P2. And then you have McLaren in third, ourselves in fourth, 30 back from them. And you got Mercedes in fifth, 22 back from us. And then Aston Martin in sixth, Williams in seventh, Alpine in eighth, Kick Saubers in ninth, and the Haas team in 10th. So hopefully come season's end, we'll still be ahead of Mercedes. We probably aren't going to beat McLaren unless we have a really good string of races, both myself and Ricciardo, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But yeah, so that's pretty much what it's looking like in the driver's standings and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, another thing I want to mention is the R&D very quickly. So we are close to Ferrari and we're close to Mercedes, but it's because an upgrade of ours came in. Ricciardo's upgrade should be coming in this weekend, which in theory should put us ahead of Ferrari in the vehicle performance comparison. However, even though we might be ahead of them in the vehicle performance comparison, it might not translate into the race, just so everybody knows. We only have 1 more aerodynamic part to adapt, and it is the front wing end plates, and Ricciardo is looking at it, and he might get this in before we do, And if he does, that's great. But my main worry is him going for like a DRS activation mechanism and, yeah, somehow in some way ruining everything and making us have to get more resource points to get another aerodynamic upgrade, which I'm hoping he doesn't do. If he doesn't do that, and everything is fine, I could thank Ricciardo another time for not doing that. But yeah, I would say I would focus on the chassis for the remainder of the season, which we're going to try to. That's what we're mainly going to do. And we'll focus on power, even though we're the second best on power. But yeah, it's really just comes down to if Ricciardo gets that last aerodynamic part in before Las Vegas, and it is a pretty hefty distance to Vegas, so we'll kind of see how it all shapes up for us. But let's go on ahead and advance through time. We have 2 weekly resources coming up for not only just myself, but for Ricciardo. And after both, we're going to check if Ricciardo has gotten that last aerodynamic part adapted. So let's go ahead and advance through time. And the weekly resources will come in now.
Okay,
so
mate,
now
I'm pleased to say that our new parts have come through without any issue, so they'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend.
Ricciardo hasn't gotten it yet, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer. We're going to go to the intercooler positioning, because I think Ricciardo is doing the exact same thing as me, waiting to see if the intercooler positioning is going to come in. So let's hope that comes in, because it is a chassis upgrade, and that's going to help us out quite a bit. It does come in, thank God. So chassis upgrade came in. We're not ahead of Ferrari, but that's fine. It looks like McLaren, however, did jump Aston, so that's something. And Ricciardo still didn't adapt the part. So I'm going to hold off on that for now, and we'll just continue to build up our resource points. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think he already had this in. No, he didn't have this in. He ended up buying the heave dampers. I thought you were trying to fucking go for this because he was focusing on that, but okay. Yeah, I mean, look, he's focused on that, and then he just goes and buys whatever. I don't care. But big surprise, Haas is ahead of Alpine now, so maybe there's a chance for Hülkenberg to score points in Vegas. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, so that's pretty much all. Also, here's the specialist goals. I keep forgetting to mention them. I think this is like the second straight time I forgot to mention the specialist goals, but here they are. We're probably gonna have to get used to it because I'm not gonna mention them every single time. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. And also, Vegas is one of the only tracks of our home race that we have not won. Am I thinking I'm going to win here? I have no idea. But first, I actually want to check on my chassis now that I think about it. Where are we? Okay, so we jumped Alpine. That's not bad. And we're on equal playing field with Williams. And Bolt, and that upgrade came in at the right time, too, for Vegas. So, yeah, Vegas is like all straights. And barely any corners. It's like a shitty... It's like an upside-down pig. My editor could probably flip that upside down and it might look like a pig, or it might look like some form of animal. I don't know. Just looking at it upside down looks a bit funny. But yeah, so I'm going to hop at the race weekend, do practice and qualifying. I'll meet all of you guys in the race.
Welcome along to Las Vegas. Saturday night's all right for driving. Well, it is here tonight as F1 takes over the entire city and the Formula One circus comes to town. 17 corners, 3 straights, 2 DRS zones, and the glitz and glamour of Las Vegas as we race around the 3.8 miles of Sin City. The strip has been taken over to become a straight tonight, commanding top speeds of around 212 miles an hour. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Leclerc, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Smith, Stroll, Bottas, Gasly, Hülkenberg, Ocon, Joe, Hamilton, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Sargent, Albon, and Oscar Piastri. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not. Now, sadly, things didn't work out for them last time. It was a bad race. Question is, though, can they recover today?
Yes, they can, Crofty. You've got to put it behind you. Whatever happened last time, I was always told as a driver, park it, forget about it. Obviously, feel the pain when it happens, but then you can't dwell on it and carry that through to the next race. So put it behind you and just crack on with this race coming your way now.
All right, rolling off P8 today. Pretty okay qualifying start. Still at the top 10. Made another round of Q3, so could be worse. Could be worse, but thank God it ain't. This racetrack, it you either love it or hate it, pretty much. And if I have anything to learn off of F1 23, I pretty much can feel both of those emotions in both practice and qualifying. Because I loved it in practice, but didn't really like it in qualifying. But the reason why I didn't like it in qualifying is because there was rain in qualifying. And it rained throughout the entirety of qualifying. And I decided to try something different in my qualifying this time around, where I would do 2 consecutive laps towards the end of qualifying, where I would just have the entire racetrack to myself. And I was getting used to the track in the wets, the full wets on our first lap. Tried not making any mistakes on anything like that, and put down a pretty decent lap time in our first lap. And then our second flying lap, we managed to go faster, and that was mainly due to the help with the overtake button. And we jumped up to P13, and we made it into Q2. And the big shock coming out of Q1 was Oscar Piastri did not make it into Q2, but it's all the it makes all the more sense why he took a penalty, because starting last, you may as well, right? And then in Q2, we pretty much did the exact same thing. However, we went onto the inters instead of the full wets, and we did 2 laps there. We smashed it on our first lap, and our second lap, we did enough to make it into Q3. However, we ended up knocking out our teammate, who was P10, but because we jumped up to, I believe it was P9 or P8, we knocked him out, and I wasn't even trying to. So Ricardo was going to start 11th, but not anymore. He would have been relegated to P10, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. And then Q3, just like in Q2 on our first lap, went fast, and trying to not make any mistakes until I hit the final chicane, we'll call it, coming out of the last straight, or big straight, or out of the Las Vegas straight, rather, strip, there we go, rather. And yeah, unfortunately, because of that little mistake, we kind of lost some time, but we came across our finish line to go from P10 to P8, and that is where we are starting now. And I was in the middle of a Mercedes sandwich with Russell and Hamilton, but since Hamilton took some grid penalties, we're not going to have to worry about that at all. So it's really nice. It's really nice. But we're just going to have to see how we do in this race. So let's take a look at the race strategy. Looks like it's going to be a medium to hard. And I can save my tires quite a bit around here. So I'm definitely going to go with this. Definitely lower my fuel just a tiny little bit. Definitely want to try to keep at least just a little bit above 2 extra laps of fuel, because we ran out in Mexico and we were getting pretty fucking close in Brazil until the rain hit, and the rain helped us out a little bit. So we'll kind of just see how everything pans out today, fuel-wise. But if we take care of our car and not push as much, we should make it out of here quite fine, and we should still be in championship contention come Qatar. So we'll see how it all goes. Just really depends. But yeah, the other thing too is Verstappen could clinch the championship today if he wins it and we finish outside the top 3, I think is what it is. Or I think it's like outside the top 5, and he'll win the championship. So we're gonna try to force him to do good, and I'm gonna try to force myself to do good, and it'll probably go to Qatar. It just depends, really. Depends on how I perform. It depends on how Max performs. And just depends pretty much on how all this goes. So I think now it's enough. It's time for enough talk, and now it's time to jump into the race. Let's jump into this race and let us see what we can do in our third and final home race of this first F1 24 season. Let's go. I also found it pretty ironic how my two main rivals in both the ratings and championship rivalry are both the Red Bull drivers. I got Verstappen in championship and Perez in ratings, so found that pretty funny that both of my rivals are both Red Bull drivers, oddly enough. Pretty sure I could be one of them come season's end, but the other one, not too sure. Will I try? Yes. Do I think it'll happen? Probably not, but we'll give it our best shot. And it all just kind of, like I said in the end, like I said it before we started this, or before we went into this formation lap, depends on how this race goes for not only just myself, but for everybody else.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
All right. I didn't want to go for the move right there, but sure. Just get back in line. Just get back in line. Not ready to pass Leclerc yet. I know I can really send it into the corner, but not when I'm close to everybody. About spun the car out about twice, once coming off the line and once in that fast right-hander. Took me out, or about whipped me around. Oh god.
Okay, the start was fine. Let's
I about just found the wall right there. That made me kind of shit myself a little bit. We're doing good. We're doing good. Try to stay in the slipstream of Leclerc. Pretty much just kind of force Russell to use up his battery.
Okay, DRS
All right,
will be
lap one
enabled
down.
this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
But I know for a fact that we can get Leclerc at some point. I just don't know when that'll happen. Lando and Sainz are going at it for the lead up there. They're fighting pretty good, so me and Leclerc are going to get dragged right back into the fight. Or they're not drag us back into the fight, but drag us into the fight, rather. Yeah, look at that. They're still side by side. It's going to... It almost opened the door for Perez for a second there. Shit. Yeah, look who... look what they brought. Not only just Leclerc and myself, but pretty much everybody behind me and behind me, pretty much. Not just Leclerc, but behind me. Oh yeah, they're gonna get fucking crazy up here. They're gonna go like 3 wide. Max and Charles pulled me on the straight. Oh my fucking god, what is this? I made collision with 2 guys. It was fucking, I think it was both Sainz and Leclerc. Oddly enough, it was both Ferraris that I made contact with. I think I'm fine though. Yeah, I look okay. My car's fine. Verstappen's going forward on Lando. Verstappen's gonna take the lead. God, are we gonna have another showdown between me and Max in Vegas of all places? Holy shit, we just might. As if Norris struggles. Yeah, that overtaking maneuver I made on that front stretch reminded me quite a bit of what I did back in F1 23 around here. Got the same damn thing. I'm not going to pass Norris, but I'm going to allow him to catch Max. Unless he doesn't want to. He's saving battery. As is Max. They're both saving battery. They both... I could have passed both of them on that straight. Thinking back on it now, fuck. I did not know they were both going to save. Like, towards the end of the straight. Well, here we are.
Gap.
Oh, yeah, taking a tighter line through that worked out beautifully for me. I like swing up because that's the racing line, but I can really get it around that inside, right around the bottom.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy. Come on.
I'm pulling a Brazil, and I'm being strategic about my ERS. If y'all know the straight that I'm going to do this on, I commend you. But use a little bit here, just to stay ahead of signs for now. I Braziled it. I Braziled it. Holy shit, what a move. And the new fastest lap of the race.
The fastest lap of the race so far.
Let's fucking go. And we are pulling away because Sainz is in front. He fought both Max and Norris. Holy shit. What a fucking move. Oh my god. I might just make a top 10 best moves of the playthrough on just season 1, dude. I've made so many, including that. Imagine if that one decided the championship right there for me.
Okay, mate. Right, we've got some clear track in front of us, so let's make best use of it and make the next lap a quick one. You got this.
Well, I know I can put down a quick fucking lap. Just wait. I mean, this lap's gonna be just as fast as what they're giving me. Back end really stepped out going into that, or coming into that little apex. And Max doesn't have any DRS on me, but he's gonna have a whole train of cars coming up on his rear end.
Great stuff, mate. You hit the target well there. Nice one. There's a long way to go in this race, though, so keep your head down.
Well, trust me, after the move I made to get the lead, my head's been down since. I'm just slowly biding my time. Norris and Perez are going at it. They're going to hound Sainz in about a couple minutes. Or a couple seconds, rather. They're really going at it. They ain't gonna get anywhere near Sainz with how much they're fighting. Not gonna lie with you. Verstappen, he's hanging in there. He's just able to pull the Ferrari. Because that Red Bull is quicker than the Ferrari. Especially around here. Now once we hit those stops, how does Max fare against myself? That's going to be the main question here. I'm not saying that Max is shaking at his boots or anything, but we carry this momentum into Qatar. He may as well be shaking at his boots, if he's got any.
We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
I'm going to be honest with you, I've been just kind of going at my own pace that I completely forgot for a minute that I was leading this race. That's how, like, focused I am right now. It's insane to me. Like back in Mexico. Just insane levels of being focused. not saying much and just kind of letting my driving do the talking. Pulled a 3-second gap on Max. This VCARB is so fucking good. And the thing is like, I know when it comes to season 2 that if I'm back with VCARB, I can expand on this fucking car so much. I just need 1, the game to let me, and 2, my team to let me as well. There's so much more I can get out of this fucking car. So fucking much. I need those 2 fucking factors to play their part and allow me to do it. Because if I come back to this team in season 2, well, this team's gonna be a fucking rocket ship out the gate.
Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
Alright, Ben this time. Just gotta hope and pray to God my team doesn't pull a Brazil. Because they pull a stunt like that again, we're gonna have some fucking issues. All I ask is, it's my home race.
Okay, mate.
Please don't fuck it up.
Save up some ERS, so let's focus on charging it up, please.
Well, when we come down to the pits, we're definitely gonna charge it up, no problem. Alright. Getting down to it. Alright, team. Don't fuck it up, please. Please don't fuck this up. Max is in too. I beg you.
Okay, off we go. Back into the race.
Yes.
That was a fantastic
They didn't
stop.
fuck it.
Faster than we were expecting.
They did not fuck it up.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Hey, it's Ricardo. Let's go, buddy. Sucks that you're stuck behind these guys, these dinguses. But hey, how you doing, buddy? Oh, there's a walk-up. I find it ironic how Hulkenberg and Joe are just kind of in their own little league right now. Kind of just dicking about while they're so fucking slow. I feel really bad for Ricardo because he literally cannot get a run on either of them. I'm just gonna fly right around the outside. Ricardo, don't mind me, but I gotta go. Like, I have to. Trust me, if we get to Australia one of these years and you're still my teammate, I would understand if you're doing the exact same fucking thing with the exact same threat behind you. Oh god, I don't know where to fucking go on this one. These guys are fighting. I don't know if they're pitting. Are they pitting? Joe's pitting. Okay. We somehow made it. Back out front.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of
Ricardo
it.
came in. Still 3.7 ahead of Max.
Daniel's in for his stop.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, really good job
There
on
we
hitting
go.
that target, mate. Nice work. Still a long way to go, though.
We finally got the objective, which is nice. I think now is the perfect time to do a lap around Vegas with Chris. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been a lap of Vegas with Chris. Forgot to do that in Brazil last time out, mainly because I was focused on the rain and everything that was going on around me. And well, now we don't got that. I just got me, myself, and Max to worry about. Right now, I'm keeping it at a pretty
just so you know, we're getting some strange
steady
readings from a
pace with
couple of the
Max.
sensors, so I don't think you need to be worried, just some bad data. So keep doing what you're doing. I'll let you know if we notice any genuine problems.
Just to remind everybody, we have millions of dollars and we still can't fix our sensor problem. We've won 5 races and we still can't fix the sensor problem with all those earnings that we get. Especially from sponsors. Means nothing. Just, yeah. Where it all goes, I don't fucking know. Probably into Ricardo's, probably into someone's pocket. Not Ricardo's though, I can tell you that. But definitely not mine. I was about to say all that money goes into Ricardo's pocket, but I was like, well, don't really think that was the case.
Okay, mate, lap times are a little erratic at the moment. Let's try and close up the difference between them.
137 flat. Pretty sure I can hit that no problem, but okay. If I'm not mistaken, all my lap times are still in the 132, so I don't really know how they're sporadic or anything, but okay. Kinda weird that they are, though. Nope, Valtry's out. Poor Valttry. I mean, he was having a pretty okay race, I'm not gonna lie. He was still competing with the top 10. Guess his pick Sauber just couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle the pressure. So it just decided, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go now. And well, it did. Unfortunately, it cost Bottas. Rip.
Yellow flag.
Oh, there he's up here. There, you can barely see him, but he was off in the distance in turn 1. Bye, Valtteri. See you in Qatar, bud. Hey, at least he's got points, so don't got to worry about him not scoring anything, because he's already scored twice this season in that Sauber, which is a shock to me.
Okay,
let's go.
Really, really good. You hit that target nicely. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean.
I was strategically saving my fucking ERS to put in a banker fast lap. We hit it, and we knocked it out of the park, a 132.606. God dang. And we got 4 laps remaining in this race. We're fucking hauling ass right now. And we also beat the objective too, so we also have that to be very, very proud of. 2 to go. You know, this kind of feels ironic in a way. Because if y'all remember, back in F1 23, before I started the 3rd and final season, I said I wanted to win Miami, COTA, and Vegas all in the same season. And I won both Miami and COTA. I did not win Vegas. I was so disappointed that we could not win Vegas, that in all honesty, when I came to this game and I figured out the handling model, I did not think that this was going to be possible. But After the moves that I made and getting comfortable with the car each and every single lap, and just proving to myself that even though I couldn't do it in F123, I could do it here in F124. I didn't win Miami and I didn't win COTA. At least this season. But I for damn sure can win here today in our final home race of the season. Final lap in Vegas.
This is your final lap of the race.
The closest we came to winning one of our home races was second in Miami. And even then, Max Verstappen pulled away, like what we're doing right now, to him himself. He did that to us back in Miami, and we settled for a P2. In COTA, we helped our teammate. In all honesty, we probably, if we did not help Ricardo, we could have went up there and got on the podium again. But this time, in our final home race of season 1, we're about to get our 6th win, and what better place to do it than Las Vegas itself. It's around here one more time. Use all our ERS. We are finally gonna win at home. Let's fucking go.
Yes, guys, yes! Come on, boys!
That's our home race win.
Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
Thank you to my entire fucking team. Thank you for not messing up that stop. Y'all are the real MVPs. Thank you so much.
And in the heart of the Nevada desert, they take the checkered flag to win the Las Vegas Grand Prix. They've hit the jackpot and will be celebrating long into the night.
Well, I'm sure I've seen an increased hunger, increased desire from this driver this weekend, Crofty, as they've performed in front of their home crowd. And drivers often say they feel extra energy from inside the car, and I really feel like we saw that. We witnessed it here today.
And look at this, they're coming out now. RB have developed something of a reputation for forging exciting talent, and we can see that here. An incredible victory.
You know, coming out of this race last time in F123, not in Season 3, but in Season 1, we lost this race to Leclerc, and we went into the final race of the season tied. A year later, and amidst everything going on, we managed to sneak our way, or not even sneak, but barge our way to the front. We managed to win in Vegas. A track that I really wanted to win in F123. And it just did not happen. And I'm so thankful that it happened here. We've won it. Now we've won every single home race of ours that we've competed in the entire F1 universe. Now we just need to do it in one season. I don't know when that'll be, but maybe it'll happen. Who knows? But yeah, we get the job done. We take the dub ahead of our championship rival Max Verstappen in P2. We do gain 8 points on him heading into Qatar, the second to last race of the season. So we are still in it against Max. Then you got Lando with a P3, Leclerc P4, he might be out of it. Sainz P5, Perez in P6, Gasly with an immaculate P7 for Alpine. I mean, god dang, he's fast, to say the least. He is quick. Hamilton went from P15 to P8, so good job to him. Alonso 9th, and George Russell takes the final point in P10. Stroll gets 11. Zhou Guanyu comes close to scoring yet again more points in P12. Ocon 13th, Piastri 14th, Madison 15th. Ricciardo just did not move anywhere from P16, which sucks for him. Sargent 17th, Hulkenberg in 18th. Wow. Albon in 19th, and Valtteri Bottas the only DNF in 20th. Man, oh man. Check out the standings as we head into Qatar. So yeah, it's just Verstappen versus ourselves in the final 2 races. One more sprint, 2 more races. And Max Verstappen's lead is now shrunk to now 24 points ahead of us in P2. Leclerc is in 3rd, 79 out, and he is mathematically out of contention for the championship. No matter what he does in Qatar, it will not be enough because pretty much Max is going to eliminate him no matter what, because he's going to finish ahead of him. There's no questions about it. Then Lando P4, Orlando in 4th, Alonso in 5th, Sainz 6th, Russell 7th, Hamilton 8th, Perez in 9th, and Oscar Piastri in P10. Yeah, Stroll in 11th, Albon 12th, Ricciardo 13th, Gasly up to 14th. He's now in double digits on points. Ocon 15th, Bottas in 16th, and Kevin Magnussen in 17th. And still, Hulkenberg, Zhou Guanyu, and Logan Sargent. We have 2 races in 1 sprint. They have enough time, but it's running out. And it might not happen, but they've come close, but it just might not happen. We might have to be back down to reality. It's probably not going to happen. And then Constructors, Red Bull is now ahead by 50 points ahead of Ferrari in P2. McLaren is in 3rd, but it has shrunk because of our win. They are only 19 points ahead of us in P3. And we're P4. We've pulled away from Mercedes in P5 now. The Aston's in 6th, Williams in 7th. Alpine has closed the gap on Williams, however, in 8th. Kicksauber's in 9th, and the Haas team, P10. So, when we get to Qatar, it's going to be interesting because that can quite literally be the race that Max knocks us out of championship contention, or we stay in it come Abu Dhabi. That might just go down to Abu Dhabi. It really depends, but it might not be as close as Season 1 F1 23. It just might not be. Max has definitely got the better car, and if he wins it in Qatar, I can't really do anything about it. So whatever happens in Qatar, happens in Qatar. If we stay in contention, we stay in contention. If Max wins the championship, then Max wins the championship. I can't fix it. I can't change it. But we'll see when we get there in 1 week's time, or rather in a day's time, because it'll be uploaded tomorrow. All right, our experience went up, our racecraft went up, our awareness went up, pace, that went up, and our focus went up. So everything went up. Oh, we're so close to 87 RTG. We just might hit it come the end of the season. We might be ahead of Perez because of it too. We're like a sliver. In all honesty, we could hit it in practice. That's how close we are. And then recognition, we are 1% recognition off of getting that 3rd R&D secret upgrade. I don't know. I think in all honesty, if I stay with the team for another year, we might just open that up. It depends. I don't know though, but got the manufacturing expert, power unit, strategy analysis, and wind tunnel engineer. We got all their goals done, so that's pretty fucking good, if I do say so myself. And back home once again. Jeez. Nothing really interesting going on before Qatar besides those heave dampers for the chassis might be coming in. We do have 719 resource points, so did Ricciardo adapt that aerodynamics part? He did not. Okay, well, do I have any resource points for anything? I'm gonna have like 300 left over. Oh yeah, and I'm getting the spark plugs. Okay. Well, I could probably get the ERS cooling. Maybe. I don't know. No, I'm not going to because I'll have 319 and the ERS cooling is 342, so we might just have to get that in after the fact, but okay, to each their own. Okay, so obviously just by looking at development upgrades, every team is still upgrading their aerodynamics like above us. And somehow Mercedes has gotten below us. I don't understand that, but I just know that they are. So the top 4 teams are going to suffer in aerodynamics probably come the following season. Just saying. And yeah, I'm not going to have enough to get this, which the ERS cooling definitely would help. I'm not going to lie. It definitely would help if we got that in, but I don't think we're going to. Yeah, I mean, the gap at the top is just getting fucking close, and our jump that we've made from COTA to Mexico is insane. We just keep going on that upward trajectory. Red Bull's still bringing in like minor upgrades, and well, Ricardo's kind of bringing in some minor upgrades as well. So, yeah, but I don't really have a whole lot to say. So that's pretty much gonna do it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification down below for some more. Next race is the Qatar Grand Prix, second to last race of the season. Second to last race for Hulkenberg, Zhou Guanyu, and Logan Sargent to score some points. Pretty funny if Zhou did, because he did score points in Qatar in real life. It'd be pretty funny if he did it in the game as well. There's also a sprint race weekend. It's gonna be another short qualifying. We'll just see how it all goes and how it all shapes up for everybody. So yeah, but I'm done. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day, everyone. Love you all so very much, and goodbye.